Time for the morning shake, my friends. First, we include grapes, then a handful of spinach, a bit of some almonds, a few tablespoons of cacao nibs, a frozen banana, 1 serving of my protein glucosamine and brown rice protein, 1 serving of my protein total Nutri-Greens, 1 serving of certified USDA organic maca powder, 2 packets of stevia for the sweetness, 2 cups of almond milk, and we blend. And now we pour. Yes, delicious. Good morning, my beautiful friends, and welcome to another full day of bodybuilding, bulking, vegan eating. You guys know what the deal is. Today, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm eating in a full day of resting as a vegan bodybuilder. This is the second day of my rest week, so this is actually the second rest day that I've taken consecutively, which means that I'm gonna be lowering the calories just a little bit. This is how I usually do it. I tend to generally taper my calories down on the first and the second rest day, and then the third rest day and onwards from that point on, I'm just taking about 700 to 800 calories out total because I'm not getting my workout in right now, so I'm not burning those calories. So this is the second day, so I'm taking about maybe 500 or 600 calories out of the diet. So that means I'll probably be aiming for about 34-ish, 3,500 calories. It's really gonna be pretty awesome today. Right now I'm working on some mock-ups for the website, and you guys have heard this a bunch, but the mock-ups take a really long time, generally because for every single color, you have to do a mock-up, right, with the design on the blank shirt, but then for each cut of shirt, right, so if I have a female tank and I have a male tank, that means I have to do all the male colors, then all the female colors, then I have a t-shirt, so I have to do all the t-shirt colors, and then I have a jacket or a hoodie, so I have to do all the hoodie colors for each design. You realize so that could be like, that could be 50 to 200 designs. Not complaining by any means, I absolutely love doing this kind of stuff, but a lot of you guys ask, you know, what's behind having a clothing brand? What do I have to do if I want to get into it? And so I kind of like showing you guys some of the ins and outs. I have a package coming in a few hours, so I'm going to show you guys that after I drink the shake, and it'll have some of the new test prints and some of the things we're testing as far as fabrics and designs and all sorts of stuff. So I want to show you just a few of those things, give you a little sneak peek. So I've been getting tons of different prints and tests and different types of jackets and cuts and whatnot, and one of the things I'm really focusing on is the material. That's one of the biggest focuses of this new release and just changing the entire website up. The inside of this jacket is like the most comfortable thing ever. It's actually made here in California, not in China, which I think is really cool. The front is obviously different, but yeah, I just think it's really cool to have like a finishing touch of BYND with Beyond the Week, the website on there and whatnot. I think that's really cool. One of the most comfortable hoodies I've ever worn, seriously. But again, we're still working on it. And then moving along, we have these racerbacks for girls. Girls have been requesting racerbacks a ton. And the reason that I really like these racerbacks, let me get the focus here. You see this? It's kind of like a frayed edge around the outside of the hem of the tank. And you can see this is the back, so you can obviously show off lots of your back. You see how it is kind of cut. It's very racerbacky. So you can show off your shoulder blades and whatnot, but not too much. It's this very nice material. The material that we're moving on to for pretty much everything is gonna be called Tri-Tech, and it's a mixture of 3 different materials. So it's very soft, but it's also very flat and breathable. And by flat, I mean that it falls onto your muscles and contours to your body very nicely. So I've got the classic and I've also got the Beyond the Ink prints here just to make sure that they look nice on the actual tank there. I really like the colors of these. I really like the way that these feel, and I love the way that these actually look on a girl's body. They contour really well. You guys will see that when we take pictures and release them in January. Also, now I want to show you guys this. Now this is something that I am so excited about. I think this is like one of the coolest products we're going to be releasing, and I'm just going to show it to you right now, okay? Hype is very real. This is the new Beyond the Week beanie. It's going to say Beyond with a black bar behind it, but then the white text here, if you can see that, it's actually raised off. So I was very excited about this. It's a very high quality embroidering and stitching. This is called Puff Thread, and I just think it's so slick. It looks, I don't know, very Obey. You guys know the brand Obey. Kurt pointed out it's very Obey-like. It's very propaganda, square lettering stuff. Very simple, but super nice. I've been wearing this pretty much every day. I freaking love the way this came out. Like, that's phenomenal. Then of course I've been testing new designs as well, and this will be released for girls, guys, hoodies, everything. I don't want to show you the whole design, so here's just one part of it. But you got these long letters and you got cursive down here, Beyond, BTW. Oh my gosh, I think this one is really tight. This is one of my favorite new designs as well because it's just different style than we've ever done before. So I think this is very cool on a kind of a dark green, very interesting color here. So there you go, those are some of the new things that came in. Believe it or not, it takes like probably 5 or 6 orders of the same design over and over to see exactly the sizing that we want, exactly the tank colors that we want, and exactly the cuts that we want for every single product. So we have like tons of this stuff. We have to wait over weeks and weeks and weeks, you know, because we'll get it and then we'll be like, you know what? I think the logo is a little too small. Let's increase it by 1/2 inch. And then we order it again. We have to wait for it to come in a week. So you see the process. It takes a little bit of time, but when you get it right, and when you get it in and you're like, this is something I'm proud of, this is something that I'm stoked to wear myself, like I want to wear this as well as have other people represent and be proud of wearing this, that's when, I don't know, it all comes together and you're just like, thank God, like I put the work in for this and now it's like really showing and it's looking good and it's just something you can be proud of. So I'm really stoked about this stuff. All right, so we just teleported on over to the grocery store. I picked up some food because I'm gonna make a little stir fry thing I want to try. I'm not really sure how tofu does when you olive oil it and then marinate it in teriyaki, but we're gonna see what happens with that. And then after that, went to the massage place and made it an appointment because I realized that I can do only so much by rolling and like using a lacrosse ball and stuff. And I should probably go in and get like a deep tissue massage and really like release some of the tension that's in my back. So we've made an appointment for Saturday at 1 p.m. And you guys are gonna see that in the Hercules episode next Wednesday. All right, it is time to cook. We have the dishwasher going on in the background. That'll be off in a second, but I'm gonna start with about a tablespoon of olive oil and I'm going to saute some of this stir fry blend of vegetables. So it's broccoli, carrots, and snow peas, which are legit pretty much the best types of vegetables to use for a stir fry. Looks like I got mostly broccoli there, which I'm fine with because as you guys know, broccoli is my favorite vegetable. Okay, so I've now taken the vegetables out of the pan so that I don't contaminate them, I guess, with the sauce. Actually, I just really trying to make this a pretty picture for Instagram, to be honest. So then what I've done is I've marinated this tofu, this extra firm tofu that I've cut into little pieces, little blocks. I put that in there for about 10 minutes with water, but then I just pour the water out, so now it has a little bit of sauce all over it. Now I'm just gonna put it in here with about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. And this is about to get crazy. Woo! Oh, don't kill me. Oh, Lordy. Oh, Lord. Oh, baby Jesus. Vegetables are done. I took about 1.5 cups of brown rice, heated up in the microwave. I've now made it an aesthetic plating because that is half the battle of making food taste good. Now I've got my tofu, and to be honest, I'm not super experienced, so I've got some carameling going on the outside, and you know, I think it's gonna taste good. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not the best at this. Like I just said, I have much experience to experience before I become a pro tofu cooker. But if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. I think it looks really good though. Some like the outside of one side of each tofu is like caramelized, and then the other side is not caramelized. So my broke estimation is that this is about 5, perhaps 600 calories, because we used about maybe 2.5 tablespoons of olive oil, about 1.5 cups of brown rice, a little bit of vegetables, and 240 calories worth of tofu, which is also adding up to 24 grams of protein from the tofu, and probably a little bit of protein from the rice and the vegetables. So maybe there's like 26 grams, 27 grams of protein. I'm about to annihilate this. Okay, so it is super cold outside. Maybe not for you guys, but here in California, it is, well, for us, we consider this to be like ice cold, deadly cold, Frosty the Snowman cold. It's one of my favorite things, plus it's very hot. So now I'm not even cold outside at all because my stomach is really filled with really hot soup. But I got double noodle, tofu and broccoli Super Bowl, which is somewhere around 900 to 1,000 calories just because they literally just double the amount of noodles. So that was super, super good. That hit the spot. I'll probably eat again in about an hour or so, and it is about 9 o'clock right now. So I'm gonna go see some Christmas lights though, because Christmas is awesome and I want to bring some Christmas love to you guys. So let's go see the lights. Quick pit stop before we go see the lights together, everybody. I want to make a little bit of hot cocoa because it wouldn't make sense if we weren't drinking cocoa while looking at the lights. So this is a vegan version, I suppose. I mean, really, it's just something I've always done. It's not really that big of a deal. Just take however much cocoa you like, and I personally have no qualms with cocoa. Like if it's bitter or whatever, I think it's super good. So maybe like 2 tablespoons, maybe a little bit more. Who really cares, right? And then to make the cocoa less bitter, you're gonna put 2 of these stevia packets in there. I mean, you could put more, obviously, however sweet you want to make it, right? Or if you want to use Splenda or any sort of sweetening agent, but I like stevia a lot. I think it's really good. Then you're just going to add super hot water, and what I suggest is just putting a little bit of it in there and then mixing it while it's all down there with just a little bit of water. That way you kind of get like a thick battery type thing going on with it. Because once you put a ton of water in it, the cocoa kind of sits at the top. So if you can mix it while it's down here and then just add water afterwards, that is the best strategy, my friends. So you just fill it all the rest of the way up. Just put, I mean, again, however much you want, but I like doing just like a little dab, like a little serving of it. Mix it in there, and then it's kind of creamy, and there you go. It's simple as that, dudes. Hot chocolate without any sort of milk or, like, those like little hot chocolate packets, whatever they're made of, like whey protein and chocolate and stuff like that. This is just cocoa powder and stevia and milk and water. All right, now my friends, let us go see the Christmas lights. Come on, focus, girl, focus. Okay, my friends, we have arrived. Now you get 1 full minute of uninterrupted Christmas cheer. You ready for this? Here we go.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Not only green when summer's here, but also when it's cold and drear. Oh, Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me. Oh, Christmas tree, such pleasure do you bring me.
Alright guys, so this is my last meal. It is a bit later. It's like 12:30 now. I got a little wrapped up. I got home, started answering comments and whatnot, and then I was like, oh yeah, I need to eat. Right. Sometimes I do that. I forget. It's kind of like intermittent fasting. Anyways, I went to the grocery store today, right? And I also picked up a bit of this alternative cream cheese. Now, I've tried the Daiya brand, and I had a garlic and chives, I believe it was, and it was super good. Like, it was phenomenal. Like, I wanted that stuff again so that I would eat bagels again, because I bought bagels and I forgot to bring cream cheese home, and then I just haven't eaten bagels. Anyways, I digress. I wanted to try a different company so I could give you guys, some other opinions on other companies. This one is called Go Veggie, and it is just the plain cream cheese version, no like special branding. So I put it on some bagels here. Yes, these bagels are made without any eggs or anything. They're completely vegan. I want to give you a taste test real quick, so let's see how this is. That's really hard to put an opinion on. It's not bad. It's not gross by any means at all. But it doesn't really taste like anything, honestly. It has about like 10% cheesy flavor, and the rest of it just kind of tastes like flavorless, like whipped cream or something. It's not bad. I wouldn't go buy it again. Servings, 140 times 3.5.
That would be 490.
So this is going to bring me up another 490 calories, and then finally, to give me that last little boost to about 3,300 calories or so, I have 100 calories of green beans here, 4 servings of green beans, my typical steamed green vegetables at night, and I have it every single night. But a little bit of the tip, guys. I don't know if you've ever tried these yeast flakes. I've talked about them a few times, and this is something new that I've been doing. After you steam your vegetables and they're nice and wet, right? All you do is just dunk them in here. And if you've ever done the broccoli cheese thing, or if you've ever had like broccoli soup with cheddar cheese in it back in the day or whatever, this is such a good combo. Like, this is so freaking good. It's like cheesy vegetables. Seriously, so clutch. And this stuff, this yeast flakes, is basically entirely fiber and protein. Like 8 grams of protein per serving. So the more you use on this, the better you can feel. And there's no salt or anything, so it's just like, it's so freaking amazing. Speaking of salt, the last thing I want to tell you guys, just like a little insider tip that I've realized from eating vegan for a few months now, I think I'm like on my 5th month or 6th month or something, is the food is generally more salty, which is fine. But make sure that you're getting your water in, because you may not realize that you're more dehydrated than you usually are. So make sure you're drinking water, because the salt level is probably higher than your regular diet when you come transitioning from regular eating to vegan eating. So there you guys have it, a full day of vegan bodybuilding, bulking, eating on a rest week. Oh god, there's so many parameters. But I just thought this video was gonna be interesting for you guys, because it's a second rest day into a rest week. It's always interesting to kind of see how someone like eats versus when they're training extremely hard. And I thought I'd bring you guys along with me for the Christmas festivities. I can't even say that word. What is that? Christmas festivities? Obviously, it is way too late. I'm getting a little bit delusional here, so I'm going to stop talking before I make a fool of myself. But thank you guys for coming in here. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up as always. Share it with your friends on Facebook. That's always a great way to get the information out there. Give me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're not subscribed already, you know what to do. Subscribe to the channel. Be on the week. CT. Lift heavy.
Or die MIRIN, mother.